Bandai Namco values both Azucena and Josie Rizal if their character popularity and official project utility are anything to go by.
No, 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 no! Wait!
Since the beginning of Kazuya's trailer, I've shared how this New York stage has presented Tekken characters that were significant enough to be showcased as cameos in this brand new stage, further enhancing the character personalities for all characters and the storylines for the newer generation of Tekken fans from Tekken 7. I've covered that in my case study videos. Azucena's billboard presence supports this core thought, as we see that Leroy's New York stage was once again updated the day of Feng Wei's gameplay trailer, representing Azucena's rich content surrounding her coffee business, and has clearly merged with Smith's Coffee, which gives you more content and context towards how Azucena has fleshed out the value towards her establishment if you read her character bio. What I find so fascinating is how Azucena's presence here actually enhances the value towards my Josie Rizal billboard theory.
Why do you keep manifesting Josie, NapBlack? Azucena is already established to be a model as well. She took Josie's spot, and that's clearly Azu.
My brother in Christ. Number 1. If Azu was the model, you would think that they would establish that she was a model for the beauty magazine business and have an interest in fashion from within her bio and character costumes. This billboard also wouldn't go out of its way in hiding the character's face. Don't say that fighting game stories don't matter either, because Azu's detailed content and bio are the literal reasons why fans are drinking her coffee and loving the dancing memes. Number 2. Josie and Leroy both suffered a similar fate where their Tekken 7 bios set up the ideas of what they wanted to showcase, and Tekken 8 has only added more context based on what their respective storylines try to establish, the superpowers of having a higher budget. On the topic of context, you have to love how plenty of people have been open to say that Josie's moveset is enough of a reason for her to not return, even though that's one of the 3 vocal criticisms was that she played so similarly to Bruce, and Tekken 8 would have to reanimate her character anyways because of the graphical jump to Unreal 5.
To do something quite different, we took all the character models from Tekken 7, discarded everything, the environments, everything. That was even in UE4, now we're in UE5. But we made everything from scratch. The character model, the rigging, all of it, the textures, the environments, everything was made anew. And so it was quite interesting. Like, we've all been working on the team so long, it's like, okay, well, we got to do it, hurry up, make us a Jin model, get to it. And then you look at Jin, you're like, that's not Jin, that's tweaking little tiny details about all the character models until they get to where everyone's like, oh, that's Jin. So people just look at it and see Jin, but they don't realize like how much it took to build it from nothing to where it is. And then on top of that, to make it just look amazing compared to anything we've done so far. But just the level of the graphics means that the attention to detail that you have to put into the facial animations and the lighting and the hairstyles and everything is just so much different, right?
Also patching the latter critiques in practical ways when we look at Josie's visual character design, personality, and undercooked storyline. Number 4. Tekken 8 is the second Tekken game to present paid DLC culture, and Namco's structure for 2024 is set up through seasonal trends. You're telling me that one of Namco's most highlighted Tekken 7 era characters from their perspective wouldn't be revamped to better represent the core demographic of Tekken fans as originally intended from Tekken 7? Before I say this next thing, it should be said that the Tekken team is very self-aware about the Josie critiques that all fans have been open about in regards to the character's personality.
What Tekken mainstay character would you most want to see?
That one's easy for me. It's Bruce. Josie's cool and all, but I just can't stand her crying. If you guys make her stop crying, maybe Josie can stick around, but...
What I find interesting is that I think Josie and Anna would have a very high chance to be practical DLC if I was to acknowledge their teaser billboards. Shoot, I'd say that Murray may actually be aware of my Josie theory that escalated the day of Jin's trailer on Twitter. For context, I was the only person to say that the Josie billboard was updated to present the new magazine text, and I showcased the cleaner images of Josie's potential jacket redesign that wasn't there in Kazuya's trailer originally. Michael Murray, throughout the earlier portions of these Tekken 8 character trailers, would always share his thoughts on the newer features and additions presented from the footage. Also always ending his tweets with a winking face to dignify Easter eggs or teasers that were and still are presented throughout the gameplay footage in Tekken 8. With that said, Jin's trailer was the first to start this trend if you read both of our respective tweets.
Shut up, NapBlack. Murray was obviously talking about wearing Jin's new jacket. Look at it. It's dripped enough to be merchandise.
With Tekken 8 dropping in a few months, and this trailer being released since February, you would think that the topic of clothing merchandise or repping the main focus character's design would be valuable at convention setters or at any other point of their marketing campaign while at mainstream events. They already have a Tekken 8 website that links you to the Bandai Namco website that features clothes for their various titles. Number 2. Here's the updated supporting text and the new image that was featured in Jin's trailer. I shouldn't have to bring up Josie's undercooked narrative for the 400th time, but let me break this down. Also, I love this jacket. I need to find somewhere to custom make one, personal use. Easter egg wink. It's so funny how this insignificant international model that fleshes out Josie's story, personality, and makes a soft nod to Josie Rizal trivia without causing controversy, unlike from Tekken 7, has not only received updates throughout this new game's countdown, but why would you even have the face be cropped and not add color to the image on purpose? That would make it counterproductive to not maximize the value of who the mascot is for an exclusive magazine fashion ad that's being marketed in an already Tekken-centric stage. I also find it cool how the Tekken team has shared their structure for DLC as well. If this background was Josie's revamped design, it would be likely that she would be in the spring season, since there's an emphasis on both the jacket images and the fact that it's in the spring solstice. If I was to look at the same billboard and see that there's an exclusive theater billboard that's Anna inspired and alternates from this Josie one.
You! Shut the hell!
Thank you. Looking at this Anna-inspired billboard, we can see that it fits Anna's character portrayal, as she's the polar opposite to Nina's character if you've played any Tekken game with these two respective characters. Anna is quite eccentric as a legacy character because she values attention, something that she never got to experience in her childhood from her father. This billboard also references both her style of shoe wear and core color scheme. Looking at the Tekken 8 DLC seasonal structure, I always found it interesting how if you cut the word choice a bit, you get subtle teases to January and winter, the last seasonal solstice to close out our first wave of DLC. William Teal is also another throwaway name, but a play on words here for fun would be Jan is winter, Teal Williams. Truthfully, if these characters came back at all, they would need to have their movesets overhauled and character rivalries and special introductions to maximize the character interactions that have been marketed in Tekken 8 thus far. A realistic Josie combination would be Kuma and Azucena respectively. Anna would easily have Nina that you could present in a trailer, in addition to maybe having Steve if they ever wanted to add more from what Tekken 7 had showcased from the Nina-Steve storyline. Tekken trivia as a whole would allow for some practical DLC combinations for older Tekken characters. In closing, these three characters are valuable in different ways when looking at their application besides their mechanics. DLC culture, social media, and a general observation through a fighting game's competition and lifespan is important to consider when having these conversations. Share down below how you feel about Azucena, Josie, and or Anna's respective contributions to the Tekken series. With all this said, thanks very much for watching as always, and see you next time.